I believe it's taping.
Okay.
So if it's taping, then you can hear me and Ted's sitting there. Say something, Ted.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, or afternoon.
We're there.
So I'm coming around the corner to get in here with Ted. We're going to try to pick up where we left off, which was a little bit of an interview about ourselves, etc. Why are we doing this? Well, when we start the season out, we're rusty. You'll be rusty too. Even if your name's not Rusty. You're probably going to be rusty. Things will go a little different than you might have remembered. And they do for us too. So if you have problems when the season starts or later in the season, go ahead and give us a little information on the site. Tell us what went wrong, what went right. When we have the snow, we'll try to pick out some of those things you viewers are asking for that are issues and aren't working for you, whether it be in a class or out on your own. And we'll try to do that move that you're struggling with and give you a solution. So basically, we feel that social media, that's you guys, are easier to reach this way than you are 3 at a time during lessons. So let's ask Ted to talk about some lessons he had that went good and maybe went bad.
Okay, so sometimes in a lesson you get several people and they're all at different abilities. And the trick on something like that is to find a principle that you want to have people understand so that they can use it, and then give the different abilities different kinds of tasks that will fulfill that principle while they're working at it. And then you bring them all back together again, and somebody might be moving up, somebody might be having difficulty, but it's that one task that you need to do. So when you go out and you're doing a lesson and you're having troubles, that might be the one thing that you need to do, and so you can get back to us and we can address it, or it's the one thing you want to figure out when you're in that lesson.
All right, so what I'm hearing, now that I have my ears in, put them back in for you, what I'm hearing is Ted was actually talking about a group lesson. Group lessons are where you go in, you pay your $35, your $45. They go, hey, Joe, Mary, Sue, Bobby, Billy, Silly, you're all in the same class. Meet your instructor out there and they'll roll with you. A group lesson is actually a private lesson for every individual in there. That's why you need a skilled instructor to do that with you and for you, because they can see the high end of the class and the low end of the class. Even when I go out with a bunch of guys around the high end, I feel like the low end, even though I've got 40 years sliding. It's just natural. I get fears, I get scared, I don't want to perform in front of the group, they're looking at me, I'll look stupid. Same things you feel, nothing's different. So what do you think about that, Ted?
That's very true, very true. And you're always doing things at your own level anyway, so it could be, something as simple as just standing on the board. That makes somebody nervous, and other people go, wow, this is great. You make your steps according. All right? And there is a way to move all the time to do some kind of little improvement to make the next step easier. So that's what we're after as much as possible.
So let's say you struggle with that group setting. What are your options? Oh, what are the options, Ted?
Well,
how about a private lesson?
That's an option.
Yeah, private lesson. Just you and that instructor. Nobody else in it. So there's nobody judging you except for you judging yourself. And I will tell you truthfully, and I think Ted will agree with this, the hardest judge you will ever run into while learning to snowboard and winter sports will be yourself. You will step on your own feet in your brain minute after minute until you shut it off and start to laugh and smile and go, what the hell? Why am I making this so hard and ruining my day? Have you ever done that?
Yeah, sure.
How'd that go?
At the end of the day, you come in, you're sore, and you go, why'd I do that?
The end of the day for me is I fall down, I roll over, I hit the snow hard, I get up after swearing for a while, and I go, I can do better than that, and I get up and I go down and I do exactly the same thing. And I get so pissed off because I go, how can I be that stupid? How can I be that clumsy? And then I go, take a break, and I take a break, and I go, one more run. And on the next run, I am worse than I was all day long. It's time to hang it up. Take a break, breathe hard, breathe easy. Go sit down with your friends, just relax.
So we do that for ourselves.
Yeah, we do.
We do that for ourselves. It's to go and say, this isn't working. I'm trying something new. It's not working. My first thought is to go to an easier slope. Go to a place where
That's
it's
a good
easier.
one.
Go easier. Go to another slope. And if it has to, I'm going to go down to a flat spot and try to work it again through the flat spot in order to teach myself how to do a move, and then gradually up the pitch of that slope so I move a little quicker, and then have to deal with that. And that's what an instructor should do for you. So again, we've mentioned this before. You're not starting out this at the most steep pitch you can find. You're starting out nice and soft, nice and easy, and work little bit at a time. We'll get it done by the end.
So an area that oftentimes is overlooked by the ski industry is they build a beginner slope in a beginner area, and they don't have much flat ground. They kind of get you going downhill. But when I learned and when Ted learned, which was way back when, you know that story, Dad, when I was a kid, boy, I really had it tough. This is what we had to do. We walked 10 miles to school, and then we had to feed the animals before we went out.
It was
and then it
50
snowed and rained on us at 50 degrees below zero. Oh my God, the story goes on. But the reality is
uphill both ways.
that we learned to slide on snow at the bottom of the mountain. We grabbed a hold of something that pulled us up a little way, very little way. We got off, turned around and pointed them back down and said, wow, I'm good. And then we went a little further, and then we went a little further. We didn't go up to challenge ourselves until we settled ourselves down with the lower part of the mountain. So when you're starting or you're struggling with any skill, instead of going up, come down the mountain a little bit. Find a spot where you can actually do this thing without over challenging yourself or your equipment and ruining your day. You'll have far more fun. Parents, if you got kids and they learn something in a lesson on the bunny hill, leave them there. Slide with them, laugh with them, have a good time with them right there. You will be happy, they will be happy, and you might become their hero instead of their villain by taking me to the top and scaring the heck out of me. So anyhow, we hope this helps, and hope you'll subscribe to the channel, hit a like button here and there, and when snow comes, all of this will come together for you. Thanks for watching.
Okay.
Okay, here's a quick tip from Ted. When I showed you the piece on the board where you're standing up, using your pelvis, dropping your pelvis, if I get in front of a chair or a bench and I get up and I'm far enough away, maybe a fist's worth, it doesn't have to be too far, and just allow the knees to bend in and touch, and then pull them away straight. So I'm not standing up and opening the back of the knee. I leave the knee bent. I just feel myself come away from the balls of my feet and not go too far. And then eventually you could move out a little bit, maybe touch it. And if you go too far, you've lost the balance. It's not worth the time. So somewhere where you're standing up, you get a chance to rock in, slide back out, rock forward, eye touched, rock back. And this body is moving up and down, redistributing weight in my imagination over the edges of the boards. So this goes to the toe edge, this goes to the heel edge, back to the toe edge. Fun stuff for the summer.